Hey guys, welcome back to my vlog. So, I filmed a whole video throughout my whole day and it still would not edit. So, I'm just going to post another little vlog like this. Not vlog, but video. And I don't know what to post. I have my bun. My hair in a bun, but what are some good videos? We already did an introduction. We've had this YouTube channel for 2 months. Opinion videos? No. Review a product? No. Interview someone? No. Respond to someone's opinion video? No. Give tutorials? No. Have a Q&A session? No. Review a book? No. We're going to read a book, not review a book. So let's find a book in my cabinet. I have tons of books that I don't read. Sorry, something happened. Anyways, there were some gals, low and soft, envy from the young males who wanted to fight and show they had shoulders and thick necks. Quiet whines of interest from others, and then above all, the soft sounds from cooking racks. I thought of the word love. There are, of course, many who would dispute it. Many who would say dogs simply mate and that only people love, and it is perhaps true that I would have said the same thing before that night. But the sounds were sweet, soft, gentle, not whines so much as terms of endearment, courtesy, and hope. They made me think of all good parts of living and loving. How two can honestly become one. How we have made it all seem pointless with posturing and fashion and frills, but that is not friarless. It is as old as meaningful as time, and it had all to do with one thing that we are on earth to do: to make more, to make better, to make new beings into life. All there is sitting by the fire, while two people, I still cannot think of them as dogs, loved and were, in some way that I would not understand, sacred. All there listening to God making puppies. And we finished one chapter. And I just want to cross something out. In my king size. Okay. Maddie. Alright, you guys. So, I've had that book since I lived in Texas. There's YouTubers. Okay. Comedy, skit videos, gaming videos, vlogs. I already do vlogs, but my vlogs won't upload. Yeah, anyways, I'm going to end the video here. I hope you like this video. If you'd make sure to smash the like button, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications so you're notified every time I post a video. And when you're done that, either comment on this video or DM me on the IG. Done, so you have a chance for my next shout out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully I can upload a vlog. So yeah, bye. Sorry about that, guys. My dad called me because we're getting some McDonald's. I said we never have McDonald's, but we kind of have it a lot. But this is probably going to be the last time I know for a while. Okay. Oh, I caught these. We got a thick book. We got a thicker. We can read this book about chicken soup for the Preston Soul, or we're going to read this book. I have so many books I never read. Sorry guys, you can't see me. Do I have like a thin book? Like, bruh, I had so many books before we moved to different trailers, and then we just kind of gave them all away. Alright, let's read this book. Puppies, Dogs, and Blue Northern. I've read this book before. This might be the new book we're reading. I'm not sure. It's kind of gotten ruined, but it's good. Puppies, Dogs, and Blue Northern. Chapter 1, Love. Okay. This book does get into detail about some stuff. So, if you don't know about some stuff, don't watch. Well, Cookie usually had puppies easily, but they were always so wonderful and special that I worried excessively each time, considering that she had 5 litters of never less than 8 puppies and twice 12. Altogether, over 40 puppies. This consisted in a large measure of worry. Obviously, it's going to worry you because that's 40 puppies that one dog has had. She deserved the effort and concern. Cookie was my primary lead dog for something close to 14,000 miles trampoline training and one full Iditarod, and had on several occasions saved my life. But most important, she threw leaders. Sometimes as many as half her pups tended to lead, and a few had like their mother. Because truly exceptionally lead dogs. Dogs with great, unstoppable hearts and a joy to run. It didn't seem to matter if they were male or female. They were all good. Well, we're going to at least try to read one chapter. I gotta see how long that is. Okay. And so I worried. This time, the breeding had been accidental. We had been on a long training run in early fall, and Cookie had temporarily, and with great enthusiasm, fallen in love with a big, slab-sided half-hound named Rex. Cookie was running lead. It was the first snow run. The snow was thin and melting rapidly and would be gone in 2 days, 3 at most. And it was so warm, 30 degrees, that I was wearing only a jacket and wool watch cap. We were running at night because of the heat. The dogs were most comfortable at 10 or 20 below zero, and I had looked down at something on the sled when the whole team stopped dead. I knew Cookie was in season and would not normally have run her during her time, but I had young and new dogs. Rex was one of them, and I needed her good sense and steadiness to control them while we ran. I'm a horrible reader right now, I'm sorry. Cookie, overcome by what would only be described as wild abandon, stopped cold, threw it in reverse, and backed into Rex. If he was surprised, he recovered instantly. And before I could react, they were romantically involved. I pulled the dogs away from them to avoid any fights, tied them up to trees, and made a small fire to have tea. Usually these things took time, lasted 5, there's a picture of him making a fire, lasted 5 or 10 minutes. But with Cookie and Rex both in harness, She would be anxious and stressful about wanting to run, and I want her to see that I had settled in and wanted to remove some of the nervousness so she wouldn't start to fight. Normally, I would have controlled the mating situation better, would have selected a male more to my liking. Rex was very much a question mark. I'd only had him a few days and didn't know much about him, and had I known that this would be Cookie's last litter and that it would be 7 of the best dogs, 2 litters, that I would ever seen or heard of, I perhaps would have paid more attention. As it was, I ignored it or tried to. It always seemed to be such a private time for the dogs, the time of mating, and though they were quite open, I in some way felt like an intruder and did not like to watch them. I turned away and heated snow for tea. The night was still, and consequently, I heard the dogs more than I usually would have. I heard the puppies being made. Oh. In truth, much of what dogs are based in sounds. They are quite wonderfully silent. When they run, mile after mile, in soft winter nights, I have heard nothing but the soft woof of their breath and the tingle-jingle of the collar snaps as they trot along. But almost all other times they live in sound. They bark, whine, wheeze, growl, and wonderfully sing. Alright. Oh wait, there's these 2 pages and then we're finished, and I'll just kind of talk to you guys for a couple seconds. When they see me come out of the house with harnesses over my shoulder, they go insane, running in their circles, literally blowing their enthusiasm, some barking, some crying, some leaping, and some emitting a high-pitched, keening scream that leaves the ears deaf for hours. Wow. So if you can hear my mom singing, she's singing some Christmas songs. When it rains, there is a song, and when it snows, or when they want food or something dies, sad songs, happy songs, duets, and trios. Sometimes all the dogs trying to harmonize, except the young ones who think they can sing but can't throw their heads back to try to look adult, but sing off key and with the wrong timing. They live in sound, always in noise, perhaps because it is so consistent, the art of listening to them falls off, and so many things they say are not heard, are swallowed in the overall sound. An interesting aside, people know that sounds of their dogs the way mothers know the cry of their babies. At one checkpoint during the Iditarod, during a mandatory layover, some 700 or 800 dogs were all in an area not much larger than a football field. The din was constant, deafening, and yet if a man or a woman inside the building heard the sound of his or her own dog in the cacophony, even if the person was fast asleep, they were up and out the door instantly. But this quiet night with the wind gone and even the fire muted, somehow by the dark I could hear, and for the first time I think I truly listened to them. There were some growls low and soft.